The naming of tropical storms and hurricanes officially began in 1953 as a result of a joint effort between the United States Weather Bureau, which later became the National Weather Service, and the National Hurricane Center, NHC. Prior to 1953, tropical storms and hurricanes were simply identified by the year in which they occurred and the order in which they were encountered during that year. This system proved to be confusing and difficult to remember, and it was difficult to distinguish one storm from another. In order to improve communication and increase public awareness of these dangerous weather events, the Weather Bureau and NHC began assigning names to tropical storms and hurricanes. At first, the names were chosen alphabetically from a list of female names, but in the late 1970s, the practice of alternating between male and female names was adopted. The process of naming tropical storms and hurricanes is now coordinated by the World Meteorological Organization, WMO, which is a specialized agency of the United Nations. The WMO is responsible for developing and maintaining a list of names for tropical storms and hurricanes that occur in the Atlantic, Pacific, and Indian Oceans. The names on the list are selected by the WMO's Region for Hurricane Committee, which is made up of representatives from various countries in the region. Each year, the WMO releases a list of names for the upcoming season, and the names are reused every 6 years. In the event that a storm is particularly deadly or costly, the name is retired from the list and replaced with a new one. It's worth mentioning that the naming system is used for tropical cyclones with sustained winds of at least 39 miles per hour, 63 kilometers per hour, and it's a tool to help the communication of forecasts, watches, and warnings to the public. Also, it is only used for the North Atlantic Ocean, the eastern North Pacific Ocean east of the dateline, and the North Indian Ocean. The names are chosen by the WMO's Hurricane Committee, which consists of representatives from several countries, including the United States, the Caribbean, and Central America. Names are chosen based on a set of guidelines, including that they be short, easy to pronounce, and culturally appropriate. The list of names is divided into two groups, one for Atlantic storms and one for Eastern Pacific storms. The Atlantic list includes 21 names for each year, starting with A and ending with W, excluding Q and U, and the Eastern Pacific list also includes 21 names, starting with A and ending with W. Names that have been retired from the list, due to their association with particularly deadly or costly storms, are not used again. In the event that there are more than 21 named storms in a season, the Greek alphabet is used to name the additional storms. This only happened once, in 2005, when the Atlantic Basin had a record of 27 named storms. The process of naming tropical storms and hurricanes was officially established in 1953 as a collaborative effort between the United States Weather Bureau and the National Hurricane Center. The aim was to improve communication and raise public awareness of these dangerous weather events by giving them a specific and recognizable name, rather than just referring to them by the year and order in which they occurred. The World Meteorological Organization, WMO, now coordinates the naming process and maintains a list of names for tropical storms and hurricanes in the Atlantic, Pacific, and Indian Oceans. The names are selected by the WMO's Region for Hurricane Committee, made up of representatives from various countries in the region. The names are reused every 6 years, but may be retired if a storm is particularly deadly or costly. The naming system is used for tropical cyclones with sustained winds of at least 39 miles per hour and is only used in the North Atlantic Ocean, the eastern North Pacific Ocean east of the dateline, and the North Indian Ocean. The purpose of naming tropical storms and hurricanes is to improve the communication of forecasts, watches,